Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. I'm Ombra and today we're gonna talk about the commander guide for Sauron the Deceiver. Yesterday I have made a survey for choose what the next commander guide's gonna be, and you choose Sauron. A lot of you participate to that and I'm really happy to that. If you don't wanna lose the possibility to choose what the next guide gonna be, remember to go on my YouTube channel and also on my Discord. You're gonna have all the notification for this and you don't gonna lose any video. First and start with this guide, I wanna ask you to smash like on this video if you like my content. That helped me a lot with the algorithm on YouTube and helped me to show my content to other people. Talking about Sauron, there's a lot of people think Sauron is a damage dealer, but it's not. He's just the best support in the game and have to be played like a support. You don't have to think about Sauron dealing damage, you have to think about Sauron win the fight, stealing the buff from the enemy, power up the damage of the allied, and also use a lot of CC on the enemy for remove the possibility to play to them. Considering this, the best way for upgrade your Sauron Respect 5 skill is for sure start with the Deceiver, a skill that increase the damage all your commander gonna do on 3 enemy target, and also you're gonna have 35% chance to set on Madness the enemy formation in the round 1. And if you have more initiative than the enemy commander, you also gonna have a chance to set on Madness that on a pre-battle phase and stole all the buff from them. Only this skill is already an overpowered skill. It's already enough for consider this commander a super meta top commander. So you're gonna start with 5 points on the Deceiver for unlock the 35% chance to put on Madness the enemy. Then you're gonna place 1 point on a Gortor for have the chance of stun the enemy, 50% chance with that skill. And that stun is for 2 rounds, so it's very savage if you hit that. Then you're gonna put 1 point on Lord of the Gifts for have the chance of 30% to set on Madness 2 enemy formation when this skill active, and at this point you're gonna place on the enemy 10 point of 10 for have 15% attack, defense and focus reduction on all the enemy commander. That is very strong because you're gonna reduce all the enemy damage by 15% for all the battle. It's insanely strong. At this point you're gonna finish the Deceiver skill with 10 of 10 for have more damage on the enemy and also more damage when the enemy are on Madness, and you're gonna place for finish the build 1 more point on Gortau, not cause this point is very fundamental right now, but is a good investment for the future build. The good point of Respect 5 Sauron is you have already 90% of the potential of Sauron, you don't need upgrade that for real. So Respect 5 Sauron is already ultra competitive at every level of the game. That is another reason for consider that one of the best commander right now in the game, because it's very strong and also very not expensive. You need only Respect 5 on that. If you choose to bring that a Respect 10, you're gonna have 3 points to assign on Gortaur for have the Pursuit effect unlocked on that. You don't gonna need always this effect, but versus particular commander like Gil-galad, you can use that and you can benefit to use that. Because your Sauron gonna be faster than them, and on the round 3 when this skill active, you're gonna need the Pursuit. Then if it's true the soft cap of Sauron, it's only Respect 5, it's also true the potential of Sauron is unlimited. At Respect 25 you still can have a bit of improve on the kit, because you have 4 skill of 4 all useful. To complete the build you need to place 5 points on Gortaur to increase the damage of the skill and also unlock the debuff on the target that's gonna receive 15% more focus damage for 2 rounds. And you're gonna finish the build with 2 points on Lord of the Gifts just for increase the damage of that. Talking about the equipment, like I said, Sauron is a support, so you want Sauron alive, not making a lot of damage, but alive for just keep controlling with Madness and stun the enemy. So it's true Sauron have a scaling on the focus, but it's not really relevant, it's very low. You want command on Sauron and you want initiative for act first, then the enemy, stealing buff, and use the skill of the enemy versus then when you place the Madness in the correct round. If we talk about the weapon, the best in slot is the Noldor sword that give you 220 of command, 36 of focus and also 18 of defense for your troop, cause yes, you want also the defense for your troop for survive. An alternative is use the Reckoning with the 240 of command and also 35 of defense, have less focus but more defensive statistic. I don't recommend to use the weapon with the initiative, cause that weapon don't gonna have the command and you're gonna have enough initiative just with the rest of the equip and the troop you're gonna choose. On the chest, the best in slot is the Explorer outfit with 6 of initiative, and here is where you want to search for sure the initiative, cause chest doesn't give you command, so you focus all on initiative, and at epic level you want the Scale Mail for have at least 3 of initiative. Don't underestimate that initiative, 1 of initiative more than the enemy is enough for act first than them and can change completely the fight. For the helmet we have the Call of the Forest for have 100 of command, 6 of initiative, 15 of defense for the troop and 18 of focus. Seems like the best helm created for Sauron. As alternative you can use the High Elf helmet which provide 100 on command and 6 of initiative, still really solid, and also 18 of defense. You don't gonna have the focus but you're gonna have more defense for your troop. And at epic level I suggest to use the Trapped Hood which provides 70 of command and also 6 of focus. It's for sure inferior than a legendary level and you don't gonna have initiative, but if you need that for close your set effect it's the best you can bring. As accessory the best in slot is the Mera's Rain which provide 110 of command, also 6 of initiative and 24 of defense for your troops. Again an item with command and initiative is fantastic for Sauron. As alternative you can try the Signet of Barrow that have 3 of initiative and 42 of focus. Of course you don't gonna have the command here, but it's still better than have 0 initiative. At epic level what I suggest is the Drum of Moria for have 70 of command and 18 of defense for your troops. Again can be good for close the set effect that at least have some command and some defense. Talking about the set effect, the best in slot for me is agility, absolutely, for have initiative plus 10. You really want that with the 29 of Sauron plus the 10 of the effect and 18 from the best in slot equipment, you're gonna reach 57 of initiative on your Sauron. That almost guaranteed your Sauron gonna act first and you're gonna have a good chance to stall the buff from the enemy. And also if you're gonna select the correct troop during the battle, you're gonna act first on the round and you're gonna have a good chance to block the enemy DPS in the correct round. For last I'm gonna talk about the relic, the unique of Sauron. It's not very relevant for them. I mean the statistic is okay, you're gonna have a little of benefit. The passive also can be decent but it's a lot situational because it's only for one target. You're gonna diminishing a bit the effectiveness of the commander you hit, but you need to hit the enemy commander DPS, so it's a lot of RNG, so it's not the first unique you want to upgrade. You can unlock that but you don't want to upgrade that with priority. Talking about the troops, there's a lot of valid option for Sauron. The first one for me is use Riders, a medium unit of cavalry, really strong versus the small unit meta troops, and also very strong versus the medium cavalry troops. So you're gonna have a good solid start for survive to the enemy and deals a lot of damage, and also you're gonna have a lot of initiative because our cavalry so have high initiative. The second option for me is use the Dragoon, a medium cavalry unit like the Rider. These are much stronger for tanking versus the small unit, in particular versus Archer, but are not stronger like the Rider versus cavalry enemy unit, so it's more specific unit for counter the small unit in this case. The last option I wanna talking about is the Fell Beast, a large unit flying with one of the highest initiative in the game, so with that you're gonna have almost guaranteed to attack first in the round, but at the cost you're gonna be really weak versus small unit and in particular versus the Archer, so you're probably gonna die very fast. And then we're gonna talk about the commander suggested with Sauron, and I wanna say every commander in the game benefit from Eva Sauron in the team, cause increasing the damage on 3 enemy formation is good for every single DPS in the game. Weakened the enemy DPS, it's good for every commander, so everyone can benefit from from receiving less damage because the enemy commander are nerfed. Stalling the buff from the enemy are good for every single commander in the game, and also controlling the enemy and don't let them play, it's good for everyone. So there's not one single commander in the game right now don't want Sauron in his formation. He's actually the best support, and there's no way for say no, I don't want Sauron in one formation. And now we're gonna talk about commander that counter Sauron. First one, it's a bit strange to say that, but the best counter of Sauron, it's also a Sauron, because if you have versus you a Sauron with higher initiative than you, you're gonna be fucked, because you can be madness in the pre-battle phase, and then you're gonna have the deceiver and the enemy apply on yourself. You're gonna have double the deceiver and double the enemy on your own troops. Your control, if the Sauron act first, can be wasted on your personal troops. So versus a Sauron, you need to be the faster Sauron. Another good counter, not hard counter, just soft, is Bjorn, because after the shapeshift, Bjorn become immune to the control, so every control you land on that gonna be wasted. And also Sauron like run the orcs, and Bjorns make more damage on orcs. And for last, I'm gonna talk about Aragorn, King of Men. If you can't avoid to get control from Sauron, Aragorn is what you want, because if you receive a control of Stun of Madness, you're gonna have 30% damage received reduction for all the rest of the battle. So in this case, have a Sauron versus you, almost guaranteed you're gonna have this bonus for all the battle. That's all for this guide. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, just smash like on that, and also subscribe to my channel for a future content. Let me know in the comment what you think about this build, and in general what you think about this format. Let me know what commander you want for next in the guide. I also want to ask you to join my Discord if you want to know more about Commander's Guide and stuff like that. I'm gonna publish all the paper about Sauron, for example, in my Discord. You're gonna find the link in the description. Thank you for following me, and see you in the next. Woo!